Men and women absolutely use each other. They absolutely do. People think women are the only ones that use men. That's not true. Men absolutely use women the same way that a lot of women use men. The difference is when a woman is begging a man for love, and when a woman is buying a man's love, and when a woman is being used, most people don't see it for what it is because they think, oh, she's just loving on her man. They don't see in the details. When a woman is using a man, it's pretty obvious. Let me tell you what I mean. To some people it might be. Maybe some people it's not obvious. Guys, you're with a woman, all right? When a woman gives you excuses, that's just what it is, excuses, all right? When a woman tells you, and I'm not saying people are not struggling out here because they damn sure are, but let's say a woman doesn't really show you that much attention and doesn't want to give you any play, but her bills are come due. Her rent is due. She needs to pay an electric bill. She needs a car note. She needs money for whatever. She wants to buy some shoes, some clothes. She wants to go shopping. She wants to go on a trip, whatever it is. And I'm not even talking about strippers. I'm talking about average, everyday women, just working women and average, everyday working men. A woman meets a man and he has money or has the capability. He's not broke. He has a job, or he's doing very, very well, or he's doing average. But when a woman likes you, or when her feelings for you are contingent upon what you do for her, you're not her choice. But this is what a lot of people don't understand. It goes the same way. Men are out here doing the same thing women do. Ladies, if you're with a dude and y'all fuck regularly or not regular, whatever, but he only seems to call you not just when he wants sex or he wants his dick sucked. He only seems to call you when he needs a favor. And if you say no and you don't do the favor, whether it's a bill, whether it's a gift, whether he wants something from you, whatever, his car needs fixing, whatever it is, depending on what level you are as a woman and how much money you have in the bank and how much money you can give him. When a man only calls you when he needs something, and then when you say no, tell a man no, not just for sex, but tell a man no, I can't. First of all, when people are together and they're building and they're growing together, that's one thing. But when you're in the dating stage and a man has not changed his status from being a single man or a bachelor into a man in an actual committed relationship, he has no business asking you for anything. It goes the same for women. These men are online talking about all these women and hey, just like a woman should not ask a man she's not in a serious committed relationship with. I hear a lot of men saying, if she's not my wife, I ain't doing shit for her. Well, it goes the same way. If he's not my husband, women should say, I'm not giving you money. And as a matter of fact, unless you both mutually horny and want to have sex as a mutually beneficial and pleasing act, no one should feel like sex. If you give me your penis, I owe you something, or you owe me something. Sex should be a mutual exchange, and it should be done because both parties are attracted to each other and want to feel good. If a woman gives a man sex because she wants money from him, she's a prostitute. I don't give a shit, period. She's a prostitute. She's not just a hoe, because a hoe is someone who sleeps around. A prostitute is someone who sleeps around for money. So she's a prostitute. If you have to give her something material in exchange for some sex or any type of love or attention, she is a prostitute. But it goes the same thing for men. A gigolo is a very polite way of saying prostitute. If a man will only show you respect, love, and attention after you've done something for him, and if you say no to a man, if you say no to sex and all of a sudden he treats you like shit, that's all he wants from you. Because a man who truly, truly wants to be with you in a committed relationship, if you don't want to have sex, oh, he'll be like, that's okay, I'll wait. Even if he goes out there and does, if he's single and he goes out there and does something with someone else, that's okay. But he won't have a nasty attitude with you, and he won't get turned off, and he won't be angry with you. If a man needs a favor from you, first of all, a grown-ass man has no business asking any woman other than the women in his family, meaning his mother, his sister, his auntie, or his daughter. A grown-ass man has no business asking some woman that he's not in a committed relationship with for money, to buy him things, to pay his bills of any kind. Now, if y'all are friends and y'all not sleeping together and nobody's under the delusion or the impression that you are in a relationship with them, and your friend says, hey, I need a favor. If you have it and you want to do it, that's a different story. But I'm talking about a man is dating a woman and he thinks he's building a relationship with her. And the only time she's nice to him or wants him or gives him any sex or treats him like a man is when he's doing financial favors or material favors for her. She's a gold-digging prostitute. A woman will sleep with a man, will suck his penis and fuck the shit out of him. It don't matter if he's broke. You know, a woman who's really, really, really into a man will do whatever without monetary compensation. And the same thing goes for men. If you're a woman and you're seeing a man and you're sleeping with him and you're hanging out with him and you're dating him and you got to come out of your pocket, he's using you. If a man says, if you don't buy me this, you don't love me, he's playing you. If you have to show a man with money, gifts, or any type of material compensation in order to get him to treat you with love and respect, and to not be moody, sometimes gaslight you, put you on the shelf, put you on the wall when he's out doing. If a man is a single man and he's out here doing his thing and you're not in a committed relationship with him, but you're playing the role of his girlfriend, but he's not happy with you. He'll ignore you very easily when you don't give him what he wants. And that's not just sex. If it's sex and he has an attitude with you, he doesn't want you other than he just wants you to make him come. If a man switches up on you just like that because you don't do what he says, he does not love you. He does not even really like you, and he does not respect you. You are a convenience, and it's his world. You're just living in it. Too many women get caught up in this. Men get caught up in it, but it's obvious when a man gets caught up. When a man is being used by a woman, it's pretty obvious to everyone else, except that man sometimes. But when a woman is being used by a man, it's not that obvious, especially to the woman that's being used, because she's thinking from a feminine perspective. He's sticking his raw dick in me, so he must really, really like me. No, it's a warm pussy. He wants to nut. I'm sucking his dick. He's letting me suck his dick, and he's coming in my mouth. He must really, really love me. No! A man will let anything and anyone touch him in order for him to ejaculate, in order for him to get off. We're built different. We're not built the same. I cannot let a man touch me if I'm not really, really into him, and I don't see the potential of some type of a long-term. No, ew. But a man can fuck a woman in a nightclub and not even remember her name in the morning. That's just the way it is. I'm not saying every single man is built that way, but I'm saying in general, we're built different. We think different. We interpret things differently. Everyone's love language is different. A man's might tell you to manipulate you. My love language is, if you don't do for me, you don't love me. That's manipulation. When a man wants and loves a woman, she doesn't have to do a damn thing. Now, I'm not saying a man shouldn't have standards. Everyone, men and women, females, males, we all should have standards. But if I'm really feeling a dude, and I think there's potential for a relationship, number one, if we're together and we both feel the same way, I'm not gonna have to ask him to help me. If we are that close, where we're around each other often, and he sees my situation and I see his situation, we're gonna know when we need something. But If a man is only nice and sweet and he says, hey, I need this, I need some money, I need you to pay for this, I need you to buy me this, I need that, and you say no, and you see a complete switch in his attitude and his demeanor towards you, he does not give a fuck about you. You're being used. Now, there are a lot of women that are okay with that. There are women, I know this chick in Buckhead. She's not a friend of mine, but I know this woman in Buckhead. She's a beautiful woman. She's older. She's like in her 60s. And she has money. And I would say she gets used, but I wouldn't even say that, because she's getting what she wants out of the deal. A good pounding. She's getting the D. And that's what she wants. She doesn't mind paying for dick. She's not under a delusion that this man wants to fall in love and build a life. She's taking care of this younger dude, much younger dude, and he's fucking the shit out of her. When she says come, he comes over, and they have a great time, and that's it. If she's going to an event and she needs an escort, someone really fine on her arm to put on a suit that she buys for him, and I respect that. But if she was in it for love and she thought that this dude loves her or wants to be with her, and every time you turn around he's asking her for something, sweetheart, I would tell her, baby, you're being played, you're being used. This dude is out there with multiple women, seeing other women. He's not committed to you. He's still single. He still advertises himself as single. He's not with you. That's not a relationship. That's not love. That's a man using a woman to pass the time. Iyanla Vanzant had this expression years ago. I don't know if she still said it. In the meantime. You can be someone's in the meantime gal, or in the meantime guy. Doesn't mean he wants to be with you. You're the woman he wants to commit and marry to. It doesn't mean she wants to be with you. There are women out here who will use multiple men for whatever. There are bitches out here that literally use men for dinner. Jesus Christ, you can't feed yourself, bitch. There are women out here that will literally smile and cozy up to a dude for a steak dinner or a lobster dinner. Seriously. Or a pair of shoes. And a dude might think, ooh, she fine and she's letting me hit it. And she must really like me. She really likes me. No, she doesn't. She's using you. Because if you say no to her, can you still hit? If you don't give her any money and don't take her shopping, can you still hit? The dude that she smokes with at night, the dude that comes over and blows her fucking back out and walks out the door and doesn't give her a shit but a goodbye kiss. That's the dude she wants. But if you gotta quote unquote prove yourself to her, she doesn't want you. We as men and women, as grown-ups, as human beings, remember in high school you saw someone you liked them? We didn't have to pay bills back then, but remember in high school when you saw somebody and you liked them and all of a sudden you were like, okay, you're my boyfriend or you're my girlfriend. You didn't have to buy the person. That was when we were young and innocent. Nowadays, adults have all these stipulations and these rules and these regulations. It's game. It's game. It's game. It's all game. It's manipulation. When I meet a dude, if I like him, I like him. If I don't, I don't. If I gotta put all kinds of stipulations on the shit, I'm using him. I'm playing with him. I'm toying with him. He's gonna serve a purpose for me right now. There is no, what do you do? Where do you work? What do you drive? What can you do for me lately? There's none of that if I'm really feeling him. I'm just into him and it is what it is. But it's the same. Women, you gotta understand, it's the same thing for men. Men don't have to prove themselves to you, and women don't have to prove themselves to men. Be who you are, and the right person for you will be attracted to you and will want to commit to you and will do for you before you even ask. My ex-lover, I bought him a gift, not because he asked me to. He didn't even know I was going to give it to him. I surprised him because I just wanted to. I saw this tattoo on his arm and I just wanted to do something nice. I wanted to make him happy. When he asked me for money, he asked me for a loan. It was a loan, he was in need, and he asked me as a friend. And he told me that. Okay? We were sleeping with each other. It was a mutual thing. I wanted some dick and he wanted my pussy. And we were sleeping together. It was not, well, you got to show me something, Jay, and you got to do this and you got... No. And it wasn't, Natasha, you got to do this to show me. No. I was being me. He was being him. And it worked until it stopped working. It worked until he was very, very too disrespectful, and I couldn't take the disrespect. I cannot tolerate disrespect from anyone. But it was working because it was just mutually beneficial. I enjoyed his company. He enjoyed mine. I enjoyed sleeping with him. I didn't have to go out. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to hang out. I didn't have to. I enjoy it. Come over and bang my brains out. I naturally cook for my man. I naturally cater to my man because that's who I am. I come from a Jamaican mother and a Cuban father. That's what we do. You don't have to buy me anything. I don't care if you buy me anything or not. I like you. I don't care if you don't have to give me money. I work. I'm a grown woman. Now, if we were married or in a committed relationship leading up to marriage, and we decided mutually we were going to do life together and build together and buy things together, then that's how it flows. But what these young girls and these men, I didn't even say young girls because women, period. What women are doing nowadays and what men are doing nowadays, it's sad. It's pathetic. It's wrong. It's not conducive to a productive family or society. It's not. Gimme. What can you do for me? What can you do for me? That's not the attitude of someone who loves you. It's not. And I feel so sorry for the men and the women who are out here being manipulated, played, toyed with, and used, thinking they're getting brownie points or they're building some type of they're building up to something bigger and better. If you have to prove yourself, if you have to literally not be yourself, but if you have to do things to prove yourself, you are not the one. If you're just being yourself and things are flowing in the right direction, great. If somebody fucks up, they fuck up. If you love each other enough to say I'm sorry and to keep flowing, fine. If you don't love each other enough, this man was disrespectful to me. He'd never apologized. If he would have just said, I'm sorry, I was having a bad night. I didn't feel like going along, or I didn't feel like going out. I'm sorry. We would have still been seeing each other because I enjoyed what was happening. And if it got to the point where I didn't want to have sex with him anymore because I want a committed relationship. So if I saw it was getting to the point where we're just fucking, and we're not growing in our relationship, I would have just moved on. And the right one for me would fall in place. But if I have to go through some type of, this is not a game show. This is not Survivor or Fantasy Island or, the Bachelor Paradise Island. I don't have to jump through hoops and prove anything. I'm going to be myself. And if that's not good enough for you, that's fine. And the man should be himself. And if that's not good enough for the woman, that's fine. But if a person, a man or a woman, makes you have to jump through hoops, you are not the one. If you gotta buy something to make him happy, he does not want or love you. If he is not into you just because you're you, you are playing yourself. No matter how much you spend, no matter what you buy, no matter how hard you suck, no matter how long you fuck. I don't care if you can put your fucking toes behind the back of your fucking head. You're wasting your time. You will never be his woman. And if I'm speaking to you, you will never be her man. Because the man she wants is the one she is being freely herself with, and she's not putting no demands or stipulations on. The woman that is for that man is the one who can just be herself, and guess what? Herself is enough. If she's a natural caregiver, if she's a natural person that cooks, if she's a natural person that likes to buy gifts. But if you are with a person that says, do this for me, or I don't want to be with you. You can't buy me this, nigga. You can't take me shopping, nigga. You can't pay my rent. You can't do. Bitch, are you crazy? You can't pay. Is he your husband? So why the fuck should he pay your rent? Now, if you're a prostitute, if you're a male prostitute, a male gigolo, or a female hoe prostitute, that's different. That's business. And I'm all for entrepreneurs. If you're a hoe and a prostitute and you fuck for bread, More power to you. I wish I could do it, because I'd be rich. If you are a prostitute, handle your motherfucking business. If you're an OnlyFans star, handle your business. But if you are just a good woman, being who you are should be enough for the man that is for you. Anything else, you're being used. Men, being a good man, of course, being a gentleman, opening the doors. You know, if you're just starting out, you shouldn't have to pay for if you want to be a gentleman and pay for the first date, she should pay for the second date. Or you should go Dutch. Or she should pay the tip. Y'all should share and get to know each other. You don't have to take her out no place fancy. You don't even have to go out. You should be able to watch TV together and chill. You shouldn't feel that if he comes in my home and watches TV, I have to give him some pussy. And he should not feel that, you know, okay, I paid for this, so she's going to let me fuck her. No. No. Do you understand? I know a lot of people won't understand. And there's a lot of people, no matter how young or old they are, that, you know, you can't tell some people the truth because they're living in their own cocoon, their own fantasy. And when you're already in love, I've gotten to the point in my life where I can be in love with someone and still walk away from them. My last lover, I wanted him so bad, and he crossed the line, and that was it. I could have called him. I could have begged him. As a matter of fact, we talked after that. Oh, you with that girl? Oh, she fine. Yeah, hook it up. Let's have a threesome. Are you fucking retarded? Threesome with you for what? You're not my man. The fuck would I have why would I, what? I'm fucking you. You're pleasing me. I'm pleasing you. That's enough. You don't get no perks. I'm a caregiver. If you're at my house and you're hungry, I'm a cook because I like to cook. I like to do things like that. But I'm not going out of my way to build a man up if he's not in a committed one-on-one relationship with me and says, you are my woman. I'm not seeing anyone else unless you guys are swingers or poly. So that's an exception. I'm poly. I don't mind poly. But what I'm saying is if you're not any of those exceptions and you're just like, I want a man for me, and he makes you jump through hoops, he's using you. The end. Get a grip. Open your eyes. If you're a man and you're being used, you're being treated like a trick, open your eyes. Get a grip. I don't care what she looks like. There's a million bitches out here. There's a million niggas out here. Don't let nobody tell you there's a shortage of men, ladies. Bull motherfucking shit. There's someone out here for everyone. There's the law of attraction is real. But you got to be careful because sometimes you'll think you attracted something and all you did was attract a leech or a gold digging bitch. When somebody really, really wants you and loves you and chooses you, they won't put you through all that. They won't. They won't. I know when you're in love and the dick is good or the pussy is good, you just don't. When the pussy, I've had men tell me, I have male friends and like, man, the pussy be so fucking good. Like the head, the sex, the bitch is so fine. Like I know this bitch ain't right. I know, but fuck, I can't leave her alone. I had a nigga tell me that. I would have been left your ass, but fuck. What did he call me? He called me the head surgeon. And he was like, I know I don't want to commit a relationship. He didn't hate me. He just didn't want to be in a relationship. He said, but I know you want a relationship, but I can't stop fucking stringing you along, Natasha. We still friends to this day, Jerome. He said, we became friends. We weren't friends for years, but then we ran into each other on Camp Creek. But he was like, you know why I couldn't leave you alone back then? I knew I didn't want to be in a relationship with you or anybody. He said, if I was gonna choose a wife, it would have been you, but I didn't want that lifestyle. He said, but I couldn't leave you alone. Even though I knew I couldn't be the man for you, I couldn't leave you alone because I just enjoyed you too much. I'm at the stage in my life where I don't care how much I enjoy you or how much I love you. If we're not on the same path, or at least getting to know each other to see if we're on the same path, building together, I'm moving on. Life is too short. I only got so much life left. I plan on living to be 101. I don't want to waste no more time. And I'm just giving a little bit of advice. That's the word of the day. Take it, do what you want to do with it. No one's going to listen. The world is not going to stop turning. I'm not reinventing the wheel. Don't be someone's in the meantime. If you want someone permanent and all the time, don't waste precious months and years being someone's consolation prize, being something that they're just using until what they really want comes along. Don't be that person. You're going to end up upset, hurt, crying, and bitter. And when that person comes back to you and says, come on over. Oh, he really does love me. No, he doesn't. He's bored. And you're convenient.